I'm Coach Corey Wayne, and this is my video coaching newsletter. And the topic of this newsletter is going to be, everyone has time to respond to texts, right? I've got an email here from a viewer, and it's interesting the things that people bring up when they know, it's like the bottom line is they come to my work because things aren't working in their life. They realize that their approach that they've been taking to their dating, pickup, relationship life, or to their career, or their business in general, has just simply been the wrong approach, and so things aren't going really well in their life, and they find their way to my work. And then obviously they start reading, and they start learning things, and they realize a lot of the things are basically completely the 180-degree opposite of what they think that they should do. And so they still have a hard time letting go of their bad habits and their bad behavior, and they try to bullshit themselves, and they try to justify their bad or inappropriate behavior, and justify by that what they're doing is not wrong. And of course, because what they're doing is not wrong, that's not the cause of the fact that the women that they're interacting with are acting flaky or blowing them off or not responding to them in the way that they really want them to respond. And so this viewer writes, "Dear Coach, in your videos, I see that when a girl texts you after 6 or so, you get back to her the next day. I mean, usually like around 7 o'clock. If a girl texts you and it's after 7, I'm either on my way to pick a girl up for a date, or on my way to meet her for a date, or I'm getting ready for a date, and it's like, I'm fucking busy." It's like people that sit around, I mean, maybe a kid in college has got nothing else to do with his life, and he has no social life, and he has nothing going on, or a guy that sits at home all the time playing video games. Maybe they got lots of time in their hands to drop what they're doing or put their video game on pause to answer a text. But a guy like myself, who's successful, who has several companies, has several things he's got going on in his life, I have a busy social life, I meet people wherever I go, I got friends that are all over the world. I mean, as it is, like the questions and the emails that I get from non-paying customers, I'm like, right now, I'm running about 2 weeks behind, basically. That stuff that I'm answering today is stuff that I got 2 weeks ago. And unless somebody has an appointment booked with me, I get to the emails in the order that they're received. I don't drop what I'm doing. If I'm, like right now, I'm doing a video, I'm not going to pause the video while I'm doing it because a girl I'm dating or that I really like has sent me a text to my iPhone. It's like, I'm fucking busy. If I'm in the middle of a phone coaching session with a client, I'm not going to go, "Oh, hey, there's this girl that I'm dating, and I really want her to like me, so I have to pause our phone session right here because I want to respond to this text because I don't want her to think I'm ignoring her." I mean, it's like, that's kind of like the mentality here. It's like, I don't have time to stop what I'm doing. So I'm fucking busy, I'm busy. If I don't have an appointment with her tonight, and I went out with her 2 or 3 nights ago, and she's now calling me, maybe I got a date tonight, or maybe I'm going to go hang out with my best friend, or maybe I'm going to go to dinner with my dad, or my aunt, or my uncle, or one of my family members or something, or I get a meeting, or I'm on a fucking plane somewhere. I'm busy. I'm not sitting around with my thumb up my butt waiting for a girl to text back. Now, guys that have hardly anything going on in their social life, they pretty much don't have anything going on. And so the idea is that if you're not really busy focused in your career and your purpose and your goals in life, then as a man, my question to you is like, what the fuck are you doing? Unless you're retired and you're independently wealthy, you need to get busy working on building something in your life, making your life the way you really want it to be. Guys that are sitting around with nothing to do, there's other things going on in their life that they need to be spending time with, and that's part of the problem why they're struggling so much in their romantic relationships. So he says, my question is that if you do that, doesn't she know you're playing some kind of game? What I mean is, if I was in her shoes, I would be thinking, everyone has time to respond to a text. The only people that have time to respond to a text are people that have nothing going on in their personal life and have nothing going on in their career or their business. They never go to the gym. They never take care of themselves. And so, yeah, they sit at home, they come home, maybe they work their 9-to-5 job, and they come home and they sit in their ass at night and they turn on the TV. Yeah, that dude, he's got all the time in the world to return a text. But the reason why his social life is like that is because he doesn't know how to interact with women in a way that creates attraction. So that's why he's sitting at home all by himself with nothing going on. He doesn't know how to create attraction. So he says, but in my opinion, that sounds like a game. I don't care if you have the most active social life or you're an A-list Hollywood actor. I would think you'd have the time to respond to her the same night if she texts you at 6. Do you think some women sense that you're playing a game and do the same, or they simply stop talking to you? Every once in a while, a woman who's insecure and who's needy is going to think you're playing a game with her. But women that meet me, they know that I'm busy as fuck. And they just automatically assume, out of respect for me and who I am as a man, and the fact that I'm a busy guy, I have multiple companies, I have a lot of shit going on, and I have a busy social life, they're just glad that I get back to them when I can. But obviously, in your case, you probably don't have much going on in your social life, and you don't have a lot going on. Maybe you're not even working. I don't know. Maybe you're unemployed. Maybe you work a part-time job. I don't know what's going on in your life, but obviously, these questions that you're asking, it tells me that you've never really been a busy, career-oriented person who's either had a busy career or a busy business that takes up his time. You've never been in a position of leadership where a lot of people are counting on you. And you have to prioritize your day. You have to prioritize whose texts you're going to respond to and when. So if I get a dozen phone messages or a dozen texts, some of them are from my assistants, some are from people that are working for me, some of them are from my friends, some of them are from my family, some of them are for girls that I'm dating. If I got a dozen texts to return and I got an hour to get ready for my date, and I have to be on the road by 7, and so I get home at 6:30 and a girl texts me that I'm not going out with that night, and I got 10 other texts that I need to get to, I'm sorry, but I'm not getting back to her until the next day. But if somebody who's working on a project for me is getting back to me, and it's something really urgent and really important that they need an answer for, yeah, I'm going to return that text. But this particular girl, I'm sorry, I'm fucking busy. And even though she might have a great ass and be a lot of fun to hang out with, I don't have plans with her. I don't have a date with her. That's why you make definite dates. Guys who are busy and have a busy schedule, they make definite dates. Because I don't have time to fuck around. I'm not going to leave my 1 or 2 nights a week that I might have a day off or evening available to spend time with a woman. I'm not going to say, yeah, I'll give you a call Friday night and we'll nail down our plans. I'm not making plans with anybody on a Friday night unless it's definite plans, because I don't want to wait till the last minute, make flaky plans where I got to call a girl back and hopefully maybe she'll still want to go out with me on a Friday night. Like, fuck that. Unless you're willing to make definite plans, you ain't getting on my schedule. And if you ain't willing to make definite plans, then you and I ain't going out. It's as simple as that. And that's the approach that. And so the reason I talk about why, if a girl calls you or texts you after 6, 7 o'clock at night, you should be busy. And so if you're not busy, you need to act as if. And if you're not busy enough, you need to either change jobs, you need to get a job, start a business on the side, or do something as a man that is emotionally compelling and exciting to you. Get some hobbies, get some interests, get some things going on in your life that you actually like to do. It tells me you got no social life, you got nothing to do, and you're sitting around with nothing going on your weekends and nothing going on during the week. And so, yeah, a guy like that, if you constantly are at a girl's beck and call, I mean, look at it this way, because I get lots of emails from guys that do this shit all the time, where guys in your situation, they got plenty of time, they drop whatever they're doing to answer a girl's text. Well, 6 months later, maybe they changed jobs, or maybe they started a business on the side, maybe they started working out and going to a gym, and they get busy. And then so what happens is you train your girl that no matter what, even if it's middle of the day and you're at work, you're going to drop whatever you're doing to answer her text. And so what happens if 6 months from now, you get buried with a project at work, or your business is taking a ton of your time, and you're just simply busy, and you're caught up in your business and your career and your focus because everything was going so well in your life. Now, when you tell her you're busy, you got a project, you got this or that, she's going to think you're totally full of shit because you always were at her beck and call before. And so then she's going to think you're jerking around and playing a game with her because you trained her to expect you to drop what you're doing to return a phone call. And when you get in that situation, that creates all kinds of unnecessary drama and stress in your life and your relationship. So, like I said, the best way to be is act as if. Act as if you're one of those guys. Act as if you're one of these A-list celebrities who's got 15 phone messages, but yet he's got time to maybe return to spend 2 or 3 minutes only texting back the most important texts that are in there, and the rest of it he's going to have to get to the next day when he's got some time. So that is the proper way to interact with women, because women are more attracted to men whose feelings are unclear. And so when a girl texts me and I don't get back to her the next day, she's wondering what I'm doing or who I'm up with or who I'm out with, or she's thinking maybe he's out with another girl. If I don't get my shit together and grab a hold of his time when it's available, then I might lose him to somebody else, and that's what I want her thinking. That's going to happen naturally anyways, because I'm busy as fuck as it is, and so why don't I have time to do this? But if you're sitting there watching this and you don't have a very busy life because you got nothing going on, then you need to find things to do as a man with your life that can make you feel like you're actually contributing to the world in a meaningful way, either through a great job that you absolutely fucking love, or a business that you love that you build on the side until it makes you enough money where you can eventually walk away and tell your boss to take his job and shove it in a nice way, obviously. So, but that's what I would do if I were you. You act as if. Fake it until you make it, if you will. Because if you don't have a busy social life now and you respond to girls like this, and then once your social life becomes busy and you start taking your time to get back to girls, then they're going to get fucking pissed off at you, and then you're going to think you're lying to them and that you're playing games with them and you're dating other women, or you're screwing somebody else or this or that, because you weren't doing that before when you met them. So you can do whatever you want, but the bottom line is that you came to my work because things weren't working in your life, and so that's why I do things the way I do things. In my case, I don't have a choice. That's just the way it is. And I found that works 1,000 times better, even when you're not busy, to treat women that way. It's always better to act as if you're that busy, because it has a positive effect on their level of attraction and desire and want for you. But if you don't want women wanting you and going bananas trying to get a hold of you, then hey, keep doing what you're doing and keep having no success in your social life. It's totally up to you, dude. So if you have a question you want to ask me, go to my website, click the Contact Me tab, which will be on the left-hand side of your screen, and send me 1 to 2 paragraphs max. And just give me several days to get back to you with a response. If you want to talk to me right away, the quickest way to get my help is to book a paid phone coaching session. You can do that by going to my website, click the Products tab, which will be at the top of your screen, and just follow the instructions. If you want to get a digital version of my Kindle ebook, on my website, underneath the email sign-up box, is a box that has a link. It'll take you right to the Amazon Kindle download page. Once you get there, if you don't have a Kindle device already, just download one of my free e-reader, or one of their free e-reader apps for your smartphone, tablet device, or your computer. And if you appreciate the value of the information I offer in these video newsletters, the articles on my website, and my ebook, you can show your appreciation right now by going to my website, and on the Wibia toolbar at the bottom of your screen, click the PayPal donate button and donate any amount that you feel is equal to the value of the information. And I will talk to you soon.